Let me share my screen. Okay. So today we are going to talk about uh, how to call child component methods from the parent component. Okay.
Okay.
So I have just started some demo. Already some things have been written. So here is a parent component which I have created. Okay. So
Okay.
this is the parent component. I have defined a few of the attributes. It is very simple, as you already know. Okay, I have created one lightning card, and it is just a kind of result. I'm just putting into ORIF. Any doubt till here?
No.
No, nothing, right?
No.
So I have also created one child component. So it is very simple. Just I'm child and one attribute here. Okay.
Okay.
Let's just have a look. How does it looks for now? So this is my parent component, and under that I have one child component. It's very simple.
Okay.
Okay. Um, so what my intention here is that there is a method in child component which is saying hello. Okay. And this method is returning a simple string saying, hey, I am child component. Okay. Any doubt?
Where is the method name? Sorry.
Method name is hello. It is in the
Yeah. Right.
case of child component.
In child component, you retain that method, right?
Right. So it is a
Yeah.
hello method in my child component.
Okay.
Okay. For now, I just going to show you like my in my JS controller. I have written one method show message. Okay.
Okay.
So on the show message, I am doing nothing but just setting this particular string to high.
Okay.
Okay. So just let's just have a review how it looks. So when I click on add, it just hi. It's just showing hi here.
Okay.
Okay. What
Okay.
I want now, let's say this hi should come from child component.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
So I just want that I am child component. This has to be returned to parent component.
Okay.
Okay. So how can we do that? So there is one way to do it is called ORA method. Okay.
Okay.
So we call this ORA method. We can give an attribute called name. So let's say I say hi. Okay. Type. Okay. Say hi. Let's just try to save it. Oh, and then you have to put the action. What action it will called. Okay. So my action will be this. Hello. Okay. So this is called ORA method, and we have to give the name and the action which will get called behind of this. So this is my method name. So this is my action. So I'm just putting this method as an action here. Okay. Now this EURA method is something which says that, okay, I'm exposing my method. Now my parent component can use this. Okay. So my parent component is this one. Okay. So on the show message, as of now, we see that it is hi is written, but this string has to come from child component. Okay, so here I have defined my child component. Okay, this is my child component ID. Okay, so how can I?
ID from where you got, sir, that ID?
You have defined it, right? So on the parent
Yeah.
component, you are declaring your child component here,
Yeah, right.
and you are giving one ID to child component. You can give anything here.
So why we are giving that ID, sir?
Okay, so let's
For
say
any particular reason?
there are particular let's say in your parent component you might be having multiple child components, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
So to identify which child component you are going to call, you have to
Okay.
put an ID there.
Okay.
Okay, so this ID
Okay.
we are going to use to identify which child component we want to choose. Okay, so here I am declaring variable my child component is equal to component dot find. Okay, so component dot find means we are asking component to find a particular element which is id with child component. Okay,
Okay.
any doubt?
No.
No. Okay, so once I call this method, it will identify this particular tag and it will just fetch this particular tag. So my child component dot, now we have defined our aura method. Okay, what is the method? Aura method. What is the name of the aura method? Say hi. Okay, what I can do here, I can directly call this say hi here now because I have created an object of my child component, and from that object this aura method has given me the flexibility to call its child component from external component. Okay,
Sir, your voice is breaking.
hello,
Sir,
Sir, your
voice is
voice is
breaking, sir.
getting break.
is it fine now?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so
Hello.
how long you have heard, like I'm not sure. Okay, so this is my aura method which I have declared in my child component, and this aura method I want to call from my parent. So I have created an object or instance of my component, child component here, and from there I'm just calling this aura method, which is named here say hi. Okay, hello,
Yeah, okay, sir.
yeah. So I'm just saving this. So what should be happening? So what should be happening is we should be returning this particular string whenever I am clicking this button of parent component, correct?
Yeah, right.
So let's just update our app. Now I call here add say hi I am child component.
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Okay, sir.
this is the way when you can call any of the method of the child component from parent. Now let's say in the same scenario, okay, uh, I want to pass some parameters as well in this method. Okay,
Okay.
so let's add another method called add numbers. Okay. Um, Parameters equal to event dot get param arguments. This is a standard thing. You just have to write it in this way only. It means that from the event who has called it, we are going to fetch the parameters. Okay, so this is a standard, like arguments will be the type of that, and from the arguments we will return the parameters. Okay, so num1, let's start with that. Let me just put it there. Let's say I want to let's say there are two input field in my parent component. Okay, both input fields are of type number. Okay, so I'm going to send these numbers to my child component to add these number and give me the return result of these numbers addition. Okay,
Okay. Okay.
so what will be my type of method? So my method should take two parameters, right? Number one and number two. Okay, so I'm going back to my, let me save here just to have a look how it looks like. Now we can enter two numbers, and when we click on add, it should give the result of the addition of these two numbers. So let's go to child component. So I'm just creating another Aura method saying add num. Okay, and I'm just calling add numbers. So add numbers will be my method. Okay, but I have to pass two parameters as well. So there is I have to make some Aura attribute type equal to number and name equal to number 1. And number 2. Again, I have named them as number 1 and number 2. So I need to get these parameters in my method. These parameters dot, directly we can call it number 1. Then number 2. What we have to go written is number 1 plus number 2. Okay, so we have declared two attributes, number 1 and number 2. Then again we have fetched them as number 1 and number 2, and we are just returning number 1 plus number 2. Okay, so we have to call this Aura method on our button click of parent. Now I am just calling that method. Okay, and I have to pass the parameters. Let's just add some hard-coded value. Okay, so what should we return? 7, correct? Let's just refresh it. Okay, the number is not a function. Just a minute. Okay, so we have to give this name, add num. Add num. See, it is 7. Okay, now we can directly call our component dot find. Either we have to give the ID or we have to put the value here. So let's just put a value here. Let's declare some number here, attribute called decimal. One. Okay. Oh, it is adding as a string. Okay. Type number. Value as this one. How to convert? Parts int each number. Okay. Fine.
No, fine, sir.
Any questions?
No, sir. Sir,
Okay.
actually, we did one lightning complaint, sir. In that actions are not working. Did you explain that, sir, how to?
Actions. Which action?
Wait, sir. Let me share my screen, sir.
Sure, sir.
Edit is not working, sir.
No, not
Okay.
only edit. I need that.